One time. Another one.
Another one. That's Mr. Glass. Man, they're going to kick this dude out of here, Ferg.
1-2 down and a 2-2 pitch to Osuna. Lifted to deep left center field. Carolina wins the game. Swung on and crushed. Way gone.
What up? What up? What up, everybody? Happy Monday. This is the In Off the Bench podcast. I'm Daniel Ball. He's my brother from another mother, Jim Cross. And Jim, we got a double header tonight, bro. We got two stars, two studs. We're going to be talking to Berto Osuna from the University of Tennessee. And then later we're going to be talking to possibly the Golden Spikes winner. He's a big-time candidate.
He's holding his belt for him, man.
I mean, he's just holding on to it. But Mason Neville's going to stop by and talk to us and get his story. But, man, before we get into it, we got to plug the best sponsors in the game. Chinook Seeds, whether you're on the field or in the boardroom signing deals, Chinook helps you get the job done. 8 flavors, mild to wild. Go to your local gas station, grocery store, convenience store. Go to the snack aisle and pick up the best seeds in the game, Chinook Seeds. And Jesus One Apparel, empowering men, women, and children to just embody the message of John 16:33. Follow Christ. Jesus won and continues to win each and every day. Jim, can't do it. You got the sweatshirt. I got our gear on. You got the Survivor belt. There's a lot to talk about, but really, we got to get to the man of the hour, University of Tennessee star, Berto Osuna. Berto, what up, dude?
How we doing? Thank y'all again for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Daniel, I got to talk about the belt for a second. Man, so let Derek Curriell, one of our Final Four. For those who don't know, we got Derek Curriell. We got Jacob Walsh from Oregon. Then we got 2 Tennessee guys. We got Andrew Fisher and Hunter Hensley. But, you know, he wanted to wear the belt. He's wearing the belt, and he said, all right, I'll bring it back to you tomorrow. Oh, no, sir. You ain't walking off while it. Gavin Guidry was like, he ain't going to bring it back. I was like, I know he ain't. So, man, got to protect the belt at all costs. But I'm wearing it to start this episode, Berto, because Daniel knows. Last year, I went to Arkansas. I went to Baum-Walker. They swept us. Their fans were absolutely nasty. It's the worst baseball experience I ever had. This weekend, not only beat them, we even rule them, complete smackdown. And, boy, so I just felt like I needed to wear the belt to start the episode, feeling good as an LSU fan. But, man, that being said, Berto, let's get into it. I want to talk to you about uniforms for a second because Tennessee and Oregon have the 2 best kits, and we're not saying that because you're on. And if I pick a third team, it's North Carolina. So I say that because we have an episode coming up with Mason, but you have played for the other 2. Like, am I wrong in this? Like, you've gotten to suit up. Obviously, the Tennessee thing is kind of wishy-washy, but nonetheless, you're wearing the colors. Like, how's it feel, man? You get to be fresh 24/7.
It feels pretty good, especially now that we have the all blacks. I mean, those are, I think, one of the better uniforms in the country. So they're all really nice, really good colors.
Let me ask you a question on the Carolina pinstripes, because the pinstripes are different shades of the blue. Do you like the darker ones or the lighter ones better?
I definitely. Are you talking about how we have a white one?
You have the white with the pinstripes, but like when I was pulling up for our voting at Vance Honeycutt, there was one that was a darker shade of blue that wasn't your typical Carolina blue with the pinstripes, and then there's the actual Carolina blue one. Like, me and Daniel were looking at this, like, Carolina, I didn't realize they had like pinstripes and different pinstripes, and like y'all got like 37, and I understand they change year to year, but like the amount of insane uniforms North Carolina has, and you were there for multiple years, so I know you had to wear most of them.
The favorite by far is the all Carolina blue with the white pinstripes. I mean, that one's kind of unbeaten. So
Vance threw me off. When Vance came on here, he said that he preferred the vest simply because it felt like wearing nothing. I was like, the vest is like my least favorite, but is he right? Does it feel like you're not wearing anything?
Those feel really nice, but there's nothing like beating. For me, personally, I like the all blues with the pinstripes.
Do you carry a different like swag when you have certain uniforms on? Do you feel any different? Is it like a mental thing where I got my favorite kid on, like I'm feeling good. Today's a good day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think what just feel it when you feel good, you
Feel good, look good, play good.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me ask you the Oregon one, going back, the black one that you seen Mason wearing. Me and Daniel are big advocates of any teams that decide they want to wear black. As an LSU fan, the traditionalists hate it. It's the reason why LSU will never do it. But Oregon obviously has the great colors, but they have those black ones with the yellow stripes on them. Like you just talked about the all blacks for Tennessee. You like those black ones that the Oregon wears?
Yeah, I mean, I think Oregon is up there in some of the best uniforms in the country.
That's what I'm saying. You should just wear
bring,
Oregon in your free time, and then you've already worn all the best ones, and you just whatever.
No, yeah, they definitely bring the heat up there in Eugene.
All right. Well, I got a trivia question for Daniel, and then we'll get into your story. Daniel, and I was able to know this without looking it up. So, and
I ain't gonna know it. I already know.
All right. We've had a guest that played at Walters State Community College before. Who was it?
Oh, let me.
Now, here's your hint.
I would say it's.
We're not a part of his episode. Mike Hughes was my co-host.
I would have to say it was from Tennessee just because of location of Walter State.
He throws 106 miles an hour.
Well, there you go. That gives it away. All right. Yes, I missed that episode. But, it's a shame that I missed that.
But talk about two studs that Walter State got to come through there. Man, it's nice.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get into it, Alberto. Obviously, you've had a journey, man. You are a journeyman. You've been to a lot of different schools, got a lot of different experiences. Obviously, you're at a really elite program. You came from an elite program, and we'll get into junior college and that that in and of itself that a lot of people may not know is an elite program. But prior to that, talk to me about home. Where's home for you?
I'm from Greenville, South Carolina, more specifically Malden, South Carolina, but just the Greenville area. That's the upstate.
All right. So, what's the family look like? What's the family tree? You got brothers, sisters, mom, dad?
Mom, dad, brother, and sister. And my mom, dad, and brother all still live there. We have a Mexican restaurant there. So, still just they're still working there and enjoying it.
Well, there's the answer to the one thing we must do, Daniel.
I mean, usually I ask, what's the one thing, like if I go to Malden, or is it, how do you say it?
Malden or Greenville. Greenville's the bigger area.
And really, what Daniel's asking is, where should I eat? That's really what he's
really
asking.
Like, usually I say, what should I see, do, experience, taste, touch, feel, but really, I mean, where should I go eat if I go there? Oh,
yeah,
we already know.
The answer's already there. It's our restaurant's name is Coronitas Mexican restaurant. So there you go. If you ever get the chance to go there,
boom.
Exactly where to go.
We know we're going to get quality customer service. I mean, it's your fan.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's the go-to meal? Like if you stop in, what do you got to have?
That's a great question. The fajitas are really good. I'd say the classic ACP is really good too. I feel like a really good just start to the meal would be the cheese dip. For some reason, the cheese dip there is just unreal, and I'm a little biased, of course, but
no doubt
I haven't been to a place that beats it.
Getting back to your family, because I could talk food all day, and especially like I have questions about white cheese dip and white queso, like how it's made, but this is for another day. Really, I want to get into it. Your brother selected by the Atlanta Braves in the 14th round, 2016 MLB draft. What is it like having him as like someone that you can lean on and talk to and like get a big league perspective? Because obviously that's your dream. That's where you want to go, and you're at a place where that can happen. So do you lean on him a lot for some guidance and some valuable talks, or is he just like, you'll figure it out?
No, a ton. I mean, thankful. It's kind of like I've seen what he's had to go through and kind of been able to go through the paths that are good, and then obviously avoid the ones that were a little bit tougher for him. And literally growing up, we were always we're a little bit different, just 5 years apart. He's a little older, but either way, we just always played in the backyard. I always watched him play. He's always been my role model, not only in baseball but in life. So it's been really cool just being able to follow in his footsteps because he also went to Walter State, and me being able to get that same opportunity, wear the same jersey, was really cool.
Definitely. So, Jim, it's another one of those examples of the younger brother being elite because they're chasing after what the older brother
and what
has.
he's got going for him is usually the younger brother, and that comes on this show surpasses older brother. So just know that he may have been drafted 14th round 2016, but I'm just telling you, the trend says you're going to be drafted ahead of that.
Well, let's hope so. Let's pray about that one.
So you attended Molden High School in Molden, South Carolina. You're a member of the Honor Society and Student Council. All right. So being a former educator, that fires me up. I like seeing elite athletes come on here and go, hey, not only do I have it on the field, but I got it up here too. Why were academics so important for you?
I think just from a young age, my mom kind of like instilled in us that if we wanted to play a sport, that same effort we had to put it in the classroom. So she was always harder on us with our grades and made sure that we always kept those like high. I just feel like with that, it helped me keep everything to a high standard. Not only my baseball, but also if I wanted to play baseball, I had to do my academics. And she would be harsh about it. She wouldn't let us do anything if we had bad grades. So thankfully, I never got to the point where
your baseball coach would be mad. Berto can't make it. He failed his test.
Yeah, she did it for a good reason.
Oh, for sure. It pays off. I mean, you're able to, yes, going to different schools is an experience and an opportunity in and of itself. But what people fail to realize is like academics have to be at a certain standard to be able to make those moves. And so for you, it like seems like second nature just to go in the classroom and do your thing because you want to give yourself options. And that if that's options after you graduate or options before you graduate, whatever it is, it's allowing you to have those options. And we'll get into those options.
Daniel, I mean, he's the trifecta. I thought about it. You were talking about that stash, and as he rubbed it, I was like, so, I mean, he's intelligent. He can absolutely ball. He's got the stash. Like, I mean, he's not really missing much. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, he can.
And he wears the Jesus One shirt. I mean, what are we talking about here?
I'm telling you, man, he's got it all. But, we talk about the journey, and the first stop is Walter State. And you mentioned your brother going there. Is that the sole reason why you went to Walter State, or was there another reason?
Well, obviously, I mean, it's a phenomenal program. Before my brother went there, he was at the College of Charleston and ended up deciding to, after 1 year, go into the JUCO route. And honestly, we really didn't know much about junior college when he made that move. But he went there, had a ton of success, obviously, by getting drafted, but was able to go to the World Series. And I just kind of as a younger brother, I knew that I wanted to follow in his footsteps. Didn't get much out of high school, didn't get a Division I, Division II NCAA offer. So I had 4 junior college offers, and obviously Walter State being one of them, I knew exactly that's where I wanted to go. It being such a high program, that was going to be the best thing for me.
Well, I mean, it pays off. You were named the 2021 NJCAA Division I Player of the Year, first team All-American, Tennessee Community College Athletic Association Player of the Year, and All Baseball East team. You played in 68 games as a first baseman and a DH, 459 batting average, 25 bombs, 107 RBIs, which that led the nation, by the way. Broke Walter State program record for most hits with 106, most RBIs in a single season. First player in school history to drive in 100 or more runs. And you led Walter State to its best record in program history, finishing 61 and 7. overall and helped them to the district title. Man, two things. Like
Those
when
are
I absolutely insane. I mean, you look at that and you go, all right, how much fun was it playing, there as opposed to going anywhere else that you could have went with those numbers?
Right. Well, I mean, it was a ton of fun. Obviously, having those numbers was great, but like just the memories of it, like all the guys I was there with, it was just incredible. And I mean, I know those numbers were good, but also like my teammates also had really good numbers, and we just kind of
we haven't had
dominated.
anybody who didn't like being a JUCO bandit, Berto. Like
Uh-huh.
JUCO bandit is one of the most underrated things.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was so much fun. I still talk about it to this day. Any guy that I meet here was from junior college. That's easy connect right there.
You want to hear this come full circle? Your
Yes,
boy
sir.
played for Southwest Tennessee. I was a Saluki.
Really? I don't think I
was.
actually got. I don't think I got to play them when I was at Walters.
Yeah, I was.
There were the COVID rules with the 4 hour. I couldn't go past 4 hours. I don't think I ever got to play
Let me tell you this: y'all were better than us
them.
by a mile.
Well, with that record, I can only assume so. But in Daniel's time, I'll tell you this: we're in the 13th season of the show. We barely have scratched the surface of Daniel's career. But I'll tell you this: he was an excellent pitcher, and then he was a coach where he got his own net. We always talk about national championships on here, but he got his as a pitching coach for University of Tampa. So, Daniel, I tip my cap, man. We don't talk about what you did ever, but we're going to do it right now.
I appreciate that. I'm trying to be more humble and take,
Well, don't
praise.
worry. No matter what we say nice about you, we just read his stats. Like you're still second on this show, bro.
I would have not been able to get you out. Let's be real. I mean, you were getting on base every other at bat, and so like I'm fairly sure you could have knocked me around the park. So, because I don't want to make this about me. This is about you, man. This is your time.
I can hit off you in wiffle ball. That's all I know.
That's it. But the last thing I want to know is, do any of those accolades mean anything now? Like when you look at that, like 61-7, like the best in program history, 106 hits, the most in program history. I mean, titles and home runs, and does any of that mean anything now?
I mean, it's cool and all, but like what you remember the most is just like the relationships you have. Like when we went to LSU, I got one of my roommates from Walters. He was there, and I think like you don't really remember at the end of the day. Like obviously you remember like good seasons and stuff like that, but you at the end of the day, if you're not a good person, like no one's gonna remember you like for what you do. Like they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like he was a good player, but he was a bad person, and like, I just feel you remember the relationships a lot more. Like I bet no one on my team could ever say my stats. I couldn't tell what other people's stats were, but I could tell you how they were as a person.
Well, since you brought that up, let me ask you, we have not had a JUCO guy, like I said, that didn't talk about loving it. We have a lot of guests who we have went, talking about your brother, so to speak, like that will go to a top school and, find themselves not getting to play when really a lot of, people were advising them in the beginning, maybe you should consider junior college. And I don't know why so many guys will frown upon it, because then once they play it, me and Daniel talk to them, they love it. But for whatever reason off the top, they'd rather go to a bigger school. And I'm not saying that was your brother's case, but I'm just saying in the sense of found himself more acclimated, the second time around. Like, what would be your advice to guys who are considering junior college, should consider junior college?
I would say like just looking at the possibilities of where you're gonna play more and like where you're gonna just be able to develop more as a player. Like I feel like sometimes like as a player you can get caught up, like you're chasing like, oh, like I can post this, like that I'm going to a Division I, things like that. But it's like sometimes just looking at yourself in the mirror, which is hard, and being like, hey, you know what, like going to junior college, like it might be tough, like it might be rough, but if it's what's best for me, like that's what I gotta do. And I feel like always just looking at what's best for you in that moment, because obviously, like in the program at Walter State, like every single year they have guys going to Power Fives and performing extremely well just
I mean,
because
look at it.
they have that experience.
You got 68 games of playing experience. Daniel,
Yeah.
you can go to, let's just say Tennessee. You go to Tennessee with, the possibility of not getting to touch the field and get no experience. You go somewhere like Walters, you get 68 games. Like, that's irreplaceable, game experience that prepares you for whatever the next step may be. And like you said, it's the glory of posting, hey, I went there, and there's all of this excitement. But then when you don't touch the field, it don't mean nothing. I mean, even if you win a national championship, and you didn't touch the field, does it feel like you earned it, even though you probably did put in the work? So it's just, I wish more guys would consider it and not doing it after the fact, Albert, because, man, we just have so many guys saying, I wish. And a lot of times they have people in their corner trying to tell them, but they get caught up, in the glory of it all. But let's talk, man,
Hey, Jim, real quick. I was doing some research. So you know how 61-7 is the best record in program history for Walter State, right?
Southwest State got a better record?
No. Walter State this year is 53-6-1, and they've won 19 in a row. So
how much does it bother you they got a tie on there?
It does bother me, but what I will say is they have the opportunity to break the record. I don't know.
I've been keeping up with the boys. Coach Sheldon is doing really good things there. I mean
do you and your brother ever go try to catch a game? I know it's hard schedule wise because y'all play baseball, but have y'all ever been able to go back and catch a game together?
No, I wish. I've tried, but it's just
y'all schedule would make it tough, but that's why I just wanted to ask.
I'm definitely going to try and go see Coach Shelton before I leave East Tennessee. That's sure.
One day after you're set up in your pro career, you'll be coming out before MLB season starts, throwing the first pitch. It'll be a packed out stadium with the applause. It'll happen that way. But man, let me ask you. North Carolina is ultimately where you choose after your amazing season. Probably with those stats, you can go anywhere in the country. Obviously, we know North Carolina is an elite program, but there's always got to be something to make that to be your destination. What made you choose North Carolina?
I think just when I first got to see the school, I mean, it was just incredible. We went for a scrimmage in my freshman year, and just seeing the stadium, it was just unbelievable. And then obviously getting to know Coach Forbes, Coach Weirs, and just speaking to them, I knew from all the conversations that was exactly where I wanted to be. Yeah,
so let me ask you, 177 games you played for North Carolina. I want to kind of get into the ACC for a second because of the 360 baseball guests we've had, probably 300 are SEC. So we don't just get to talk ACC a lot. First, let's talk about away. What was your favorite, environment playing for North Carolina? What, it could be rivalry series or whatever the case may be. But what was always electric on the road?
I would say the NC State series were always really good. Just that close. We're 25 minutes away.
Right.
Both fan bases hate each other. Those were always a ton of fun to play in.
Nice. And then at home, what was your favorite series you ever played in at home?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, definitely.
I'm sure there's a ton. I know. I'm probably asking a good question, but what's the first one that comes to mind?
I would say the West Virginia Super Regional last year. I had to win that and then be able to go to Omaha was the reason why I went to North Carolina, was to help the team get back to Omaha in whatever way possible.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. And Daniel made his first trip to Omaha last year with me. We actually managed to get tickets directly behind home plate for North Carolina game. We got a video up front watching Vance Honeycutt hit that bomb. But it was cool to see you guys out there. And so I can only imagine what it was like for you playing. Me and Daniel talked about it. Y'all's team in that first game, I know it was a tough loss, but we couldn't have asked for a better game to sit there for. I know you're on the wrong side of it, but I know you had to feel the same way. That game was absolutely electric.
It was sick. It was just really cool to see.
Yeah, no doubt. So 177 games, like I said. What was the most important thing you feel like you learned in your time at North Carolina on that baseball field?
Ooh, that's a great question. There's a lot of them.
If I'm going to North Carolina, I'm a incoming freshman. What's the one thing you tell me I need to know, man? If I'm going to play baseball in North Carolina or as a D1 baseball player, I need to know to be successful.
It's definitely talent will only get you so far, but it takes a lot of hard work to get on the field at anywhere you go, and you have to earn it every single day. And I feel like that's exactly what I've noticed over being at such great programs. Like that's what it takes to not only get on the field, but also you have to have so many guys doing that to be able to be a successful team.
Yeah, because you come to a team like North Carolina, we talk about it when we talk to the guys who come to the best teams. Everybody's the best player where they came from. That doesn't mean anything anymore. You're going to have to earn it. Nothing's given. You don't just walk in and it's all easy. And so I love it. That is the best advice I think you could give. I brought up Vance Honeycutt, and I was talking to Berto the other day because everybody's all about Cam Canarella. Rightfully so. He's awesome. But they're like, best center fielder, to play in the ACC ever. And I'm like, man, he's not even better than a guy that played there last year. Like, what are we talking about? Like, just how good was Van? Like, we had him on the show. He's humble just like you are. But, man, just how good was the kid?
Unreal. I mean, it seemed like every game he would get the balls so easily that you're like, where we like just see it, we're like, oh, yeah, like Vance has got that. But really, like, it's not normal to catch balls.
Well, that's what I brought up about. That's what I brought up about Cam, Berto, that most people don't understand things. And I brought up Dylan Cruz into the conversation too. Some things they made look routine that Cam, he makes it look harder because it is harder for him. But those guys, the ability to read the ball off the bat, position yourself, make it to where you're not having to leap for everything. I think, that's one of those things that made Vance and Dylan elite out there in center field. But obviously the kid can swing it too. I think he's gonna, have a great pro career, and that's awesome. You got to play with him, go to Omaha and everything. But let's get to what everybody wants to know. Like, obviously, we can say no different than the reason why you went to North Carolina. It's easy to know why you went to Tennessee, but man, like once again, you can choose anywhere in the country. Why Tennessee?
Just when they called, obviously knowing the history behind the program, always wanted to be in Knoxville. Just seemed like a great opportunity to just be able to come and learn. And obviously didn't work out the way that I wanted to with not being able to play. But I'm still able to learn and just build relationships and try to help this team in the same manner. Even though I'm not playing, help this team win in different aspects. I've had to help teams.
Yeah, your leadership right now is something that could be valuable. And my question for you would be, what all are you allowed? Are you allowed to do everything basically with playing the games? Like, what are the actual rules for you?
I do absolutely everything except between the white lines.
Daniel, let me put it to you for a second, man. You're a player, you're a coach. Like, man, could you imagine what that would be like, man? You do everything to prepare. And I bring this to because I don't want to ask him about it because I know it's hard for him. I don't want what do you think it would be like, Daniel? Like, getting to do everything but the thing that matters most.
I mean, it's not about, the not being able to do it in the moment. It's all the work that goes into that being able to do it. You work so hard to prepare for that one thing and then you can't do it. Now it's like, now what? So it's tough. It'd be hard.
And I tell you, they could use you right now. I talk about the veteran leadership, but there's been times where I've been there in person where the order struggled. Obviously, man, elite talent across the board. Definitely not saying I think this team could easily win a national championship, but there's times where a guy like you, your back could be significant in games. And so I know that hurts even more because as humble as you are, you're like, man, if I could be in there, I could help what's going on. But are you able right now to pour in with that leadership you have? Obviously, you got guys like Hunter Inslee. You got superior leaders in there. But, right now they're going through a tough time. Are you able to help talk to some of these guys?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think it's been really cool. Obviously, getting here late, wasn't exactly sure how it was going to work out. But I think everybody kind of which I'm super grateful for that they didn't have to do this, but they've been extremely just. They've allowed me to be a leader on the team, like just I guess knowing
The support they've given for you
how much
is fantastic, Berto. Like it says a lot about your character that they fight for you the way they do. You know, whether it's been the petition stuff, whether it's been Curly, you know, opening his shirt. I mean, I've talked to the guys. I even told you we did this episode because Bargo said you were a guy that needs to come on. Like they love you, and it says a lot, man. So like it makes me feel like you definitely picked the right spot, even though things haven't worked out. That you went to a place where, man, you're basically part of the family, even with everything that's happened.
Right. I mean, I'm so grateful because I am part of the family, and at this point I'm a Vol for life. So it's just been incredible, not only with the team, obviously, but the fans as well. They've been incredible since I've been here. So
yeah, with what you said, the VFL term, like when I've followed the athletes we've had on, Daniel's followed them. Vols, like, man, they take that serious. Like, you know, I think about Scott Burke. You know, Scott Burke, Blake's moved on. But you know, Daddy Burke will not let you talk bad about a player on social media. He will come for you, and he, you know, people will say to him, you know, your son doesn't even play here anymore, and he'll say, I'm a Vol for life. It doesn't matter. It carries extra weight, man. I feel like when you say that, and so that's awesome to hear that you know you feel that way. But I told you before the episode I'd give you an opportunity. Because we talk about all this stuff, but obviously, man, there's been some financial issues that have came because you did make a hard move in preparation for that. Obviously, you're still wanting to find a way to get on the field. So I know there's a petition out there. I know there's a GoFundMe, man. Talk about what's going on and how people can help.
right, it's just a GoFundMe. It was really hard for us to make it. Honestly, we were hoping that it didn't have to come to this, but we made a GoFundMe just to help out with all legal costs and anything. None of the money is going towards me. I wanted to make that extremely clear. Any extra money is going to a Knoxville charity. We're looking for a charity to benefit sports, the youth sports in Knoxville, and yeah, that would be a great help.
I read the whole story on it, Berto, and you know you made a move. Your family made a move for you to come there. So when you don't get to play ball, when all the NIL stuff that doesn't get to pan out, like, and then like you said, you have to pay legal costs as you continue to fight this. So like I think people don't understand in the great grand perspective of this, like, man, it puts you in a tough situation. And like you said, nobody wants to. You don't want to ask for help, man. Like it asks you to be vulnerable, but man, you're making the best decision you can to try to help you and your family out.
Right. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And all I wanted to do was play. Obviously, we didn't realize this part of it could happen, but that's all I wanted to do was just play and help this team.
Yeah, and so last question I got for you. You know, when you look at your profile, I didn't see any clarity on it, man. It talks about Tampa. When was Tampa, or how did that all play out?
Yeah, let's talk about that, Alberto.
Well, we just found out with the lawsuits in December that the junior college years were not going to count. And so it was just a very dicey thing. Kind of came here knowing that was a chance. We didn't realize how big of a chance it would be, and obviously, just it wasn't exactly what we were expecting.
Yeah, well, like I said, we weren't gonna push on it. I genuinely pray for you and your family and the situation. Me and Daniel want to see you on the field. I don't know what the future holds. On the petition thing, is it still something? Because I've seen, you know, Curly, for instance, being a guy who's really pushing. Is it still something people can sign and support you?
I think just getting it out on social media, the Vol Nation has done a great job with that, and I'm just hoping that there could be justice for the other junior college players, even if I don't get to play.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it, right? Like, you hate that you may be the one who has the negative. I hope it gets fixed, but let's say for the grand scheme it doesn't. You know, hopefully, man, you just helped out and saved a lot of people, and I think that would be very meaningful to you with, the bad that came with it. If you're able to help all the other guys, especially because I know you're a person of faith, I know you think big picture. And so hopefully, man, you've done something. But in a perfect world, it'd be cool if some way, somehow, man, going into the postseason, you know what? Somebody just said, hey, you know what? We've punished this kid long enough. Let's let him in there. And I'll put this out on a postseason note, Daniel. These last couple series losses for Tennessee, as bad as they are, JJ brought it to my attention today, Daniel. Would you rather be a 13, 14, 15, 16 and host, Daniel, or would you rather go on the road as the top number 2 and play somewhere like UC Irvine or Coastal Carolina, and then in your second round you avoid having to go somewhere like Baton Rouge? Like, Daniel, you could find your way, no different than they did the Southern Miss year a couple of years ago. You avoid the hardest route, ironically, which you just don't go at home at all.
Nah, bro, we're staying at home. We're gonna sleep in our own bed. We're gonna eat our own food.
You say that, but let's say they are the number.
You're not. There's nothing you can say.
You don't want to go to Baton Rouge. Plus, I don't want them to go to Baton Rouge because I like both teams. I just experienced this a couple of weeks ago, Berto. That ended up being the least fun series because I was watching all my friends from both sides hate each other, and I was like, I love everybody on both teams. I was like, this sucks. I was like, I didn't even stay for the Sunday game. I'm like, out of here.
I mean, I think the reality is like you're trying to go, all right, how can I maneuver this to be the easiest route? When you get to postseason play, there is no easy route. So
I'll tell you this: LSU is one of the only teams that I feel like because I truly think Tennessee, when they're playing their best ball, can beat anybody. LSU is one of the only teams that I feel like is on an even level with them. So them and Texas are like two teams I would like them to avoid at all costs.
I mean, true, but at that level, every team is going to be good. The route's going to be hard. And when you start playing those games of, man, I would rather lose
every team
games
is good, but they would
play somebody else.
Hey, every team is good, but let me tell you something. First of all, UC Irvine's beautiful. So you said sleeping in your own bed. They're going to be sleeping at the beach. And then I'm going to tell you, they will roll right through that regional.
Yeah, but now you're going East Coast to West Coast, and that's not fun.
I ain't hearing it.
You say that.
It's time to put Berto on the hot seat, man.
All right, Berto, man, we're gonna do some blind rankings. Have you done blind rankings before? You know what it's about?
I know what it is. I've never done them though.
All right, so we got a couple different scenarios for you, and the first one is we're gonna blind rank baseball movies. All right. I'm going to give you the baseball movie, and you tell me where you think it fits in this top 5. You're not going to know what the movie is that I'm going to tell you beforehand. Just know that there's 5, and you're going to have to rank them as they come out.
All right, gotcha.
All right, Jim, blind rankings. Who is it brought to you by?
Old Dominic Distillery in the heart of downtown Memphis. Whiskey, vodka, bourbon, gin. They got it all. Daniel, man, it doesn't matter what you're looking for, man. If you're just a night just hanging out, or if you're actually holding an event, big time party, social event, they got it all, man. They got the top shelf. They got just a simple, smooth whiskey that you can sip and drink. But man, Daniel, obviously you can go to downtown and you can go to South Front Street and you can check out the distillery, which is what I recommend. Take a tour, see our man JJ, or man, you can just go online, order a bottle, take care of you and the fam. You can't go wrong.
No doubt. All right, Albert, let's get into this first movie of your top 5. Rookie of the Year. Nice old school baseball movie. Henry Rowan Gardner.
That's one of the first ones I think I remember that I watched. I think I'm going to put that one at 2.
2.
Okay. I really like that one, yeah.
All right, 2. All right, next one. Hardball. Little tear jerker. Keanu Reeves. Is that who
yeah, that's the one. G Baby, what Mike proclaims is the best sports movie, but that's because he's from Chicago. Ironically, both these being Chicago movies.
I'm going to be honest, and you are going to be disappointed. I can't think of what movie Hardball is.
No, this is why I'm not disappointed. I am disappointed in the sense that it's a really good movie, and I'm going to suggest you watch it. But it's my essence of why, Daniel, I say it's not the best Chicago baseball movie, because everybody's seen Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. All right. So Okay, if you've never seen it, where do you think it goes?
I mean, I'm gonna have to put it at 5 because I'm sure the other movies I've
You
seen.
know whose first movie that was, though, Daniel? Michael B. Jordan was one of the players.
Wow, how about that? Look at him. I mean, Creed to Black Panther. I mean,
Go
he's
see
stud.
Sinners, man. I know that's probably doesn't fit with me being
Nah,
a
bro,
Christ follower,
I'm
but I'm gonna
good.
tell you right now, the depiction of evil from good in that movie is actually very, very intellectual.
No, I'm good.
I went to go watch that with some of my teammates, and it definitely wasn't what I was expecting at all.
But do you know what I'm saying? But like for those who haven't seen it, Berto, I try to tell them, like, if you're somebody who believes in good, if you're spiritual, you're able to depict from the things that from the devil, so to speak. They're like you're able to pull from it. But yeah, it wasn't what I expected either. But it definitely got my wheels turning.
It got mine turned too. Yeah, I completely agree.
All right, Berto, next one. Moneyball. All right, this is more the science-based, more new generation movie. It's talking about analytics and the numbers. So where are you going to put Moneyball? It's a good one.
See, this one's tough because I really like this one.
I mean, you got one available.
He knows he's realized that if he does that, he's going to set himself up.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm going to put it at 3.
All right. At 3, Moneyball goes in at 3. All right, the next one, Major League.
All right, this is what I was waiting for. You can put that one at 1.
Y'all just became best friends. Oh my!
Let's go. I mean, you can't go wrong with Major League.
Well, that means he's putting the best movie at 4. See, I got problems.
All right, so here you go. Last movie is The Sandlot. Got to go in number 4, unfortunately.
That's tough. Any baseball movie, I mean,
there's
great.
so many good ones.
All great.
You won Daniel over. Daniel is a Major League guy through.
I love Major League. So, just to end it out, your top 5 blind ranked baseball movies: Major League number 1, Rookie of the Year number 2, Moneyball 3, Sandlot 4, Hardball 5.
And he's got a homework assignment.
Yeah, you need to go watch Hardball. I will say, I think of these, I think you got Hardball right.
I think Daniel. I think if let's say, because y'all do love Major League most, if you could flip flop Sandlot and Rookie of the Year, this list would be spot on 1 to 5 in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Rookie of the Year being there too. I mean, it's like 2A and 2B or 2 and 2A.
This next one though, you got the baseball one. Now we're really going to challenge you.
All right,
Daniel saw this video and he sent it to me, and I was like, got to use it on the next guest.
All right, so let me explain. Blind rank. So you're blind ranking this. Top 5 animals you would fight. All right. Now it ain't like I might win or I will win. It's like I will take this one on over this one. All right. So it's gonna be tricky.
So
you got it.
Let me ask them all. So is 1 like the one that I would fight the most, and then 5 is the one I would least like to fight? All right, got it. Correct. All right, so here we go. Kangaroo. You've seen Kangaroo. Jack Kangaroos, boxing gloves, beating up folks, kicking folks. I mean, kangaroos are some bad mothers.
We always thought we'd want to see as kids, and then we realized, no, we don't.
No, we don't. We don't want that smoke. Where are you going to put a kangaroo? I mean, here's the thing. With a kangaroo fighting you, I think it's helpful because they're standing on their feet. And it's more like a normal, like if you're going to fight somebody, this is going to be a normal fight for you. Now, they might kick you and they might swing a tail, but at least like you're standing toe-to-toe with them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if they kick me, though, I might be done. I'm going to put it at 3 just because I don't know what else is coming. But
yeah, I mean, that's
going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, kangaroo going in there at 3. All right, next one. A panda bear. Now, most people think of panda bears being these soft, cuddly, cute little guys.
I see the way they work on that bamboo. Quit playing.
They do work the bamboo, all right? But, I mean, what are they going to do? I've seen Kung Fu Panda.
Exactly.
Now, it is a bear. Let's be real. It's a bear. So like, where are you gonna put this panda?
Are we going like adult panda, like a big?
Oh yeah, all of these are adult. Like, are you an adult?
Yeah, I guess.
We ain't fighting you up against no kids.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna be an adult fighting a kid?
Well, I had to clarify just to make sure. I'll put it at 2. I'm scared. I don't know what else is gonna come, so I'm gonna put it at 2.
All right, the panda.
Well, like Daniel says, you're not gonna beat any of these, so it's just about what you feel like you have the best shot.
All right, so next one is an alligator. Alligator is on the ground, got 4 legs, got a tail, got a big
I'll be
mouth.
honest with you, Daniel. When I see the videos of people wrestling them, they're probably to me like the scariest thing I can think of. But I actually see people successfully survive with alligators.
Now, let me tell you something. I live in Tampa, Florida, and there's alligators aplenty everywhere. And just 2 days ago, I witnessed the biggest alligator in my pond, or this lake that surrounds my neighbor house and my house and the rest of the neighborhood. It had to be like 11 foot, 10, 11 feet.
I ain't getting no video footage. What are you doing, man?
It wasn't like, no, I'm getting out of there, bro. No, there was no video. I didn't get to see it. Somebody showed me the video and I saw it in the water, but you couldn't really tell at that point. But I witnessed it out there 10 feet. Like, I mean, they got top speed, 30 miles an hour, I think. And
you ain't outrunning it.
They don't go long, but they can come after you. But you don't want to get in the water, and you definitely don't want to get on the ground.
Like a baseball player, they got 90 feet for you.
There you go. So where are you putting an alligator?
It's definitely either 4 or 5. I don't want to ever be toe to toe with an alligator. I'm gonna go 4 just in case there's something worse. But if I had an alligator running at me, I'm
smart move. Because the next one, I think.
So I'll get into where I think these should land here in a minute. The next one is a gorilla, silverback gorilla. Now,
Daniel, did you read that thing when they were talking about the 100 to 1?
Yeah,
it punches. Basically, the best way to explain it to somebody, it punches 24 times harder than you would punch on your best day.
Yeah, and
that's insane. So think about you hitting someone, and then think about somebody hitting you back 24 times harder.
No, you hitting someone at your best, like 24 times your best.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like, I don't know.
Remember Rocky 3 when it showed Ivan Drago on the roids hitting the thing? Like, it's 10 times that dude.
This is a stick and move situation, Alberto. You've got a stick and you've got
I'm
to
just
move.
moving, bro. What are you talking about?
I mean, like, because if you get caught, you're getting ripped up. Head's coming off, like it's going to be bad news. So
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'd get the hit part of it. I would just get.
I would tell him this, Daniel. I'll be like, you don't mess with the champ.
He'd be okay.
I feel like he would just like kind of grab me by my arm and just start whirling me around like if I was a towel or something. You know, that's the 5. I mean, you're not making it out.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, last one is a tiger. So obviously for you, the tiger has to be slotted in at number 1, and I don't know. Like, I think you're at the mercy of
the tiger is the scariest because they hunt at night, is what you've always said.
I've always said that. Yeah. And I think, I'll kind of I'll walk you through this scenario. I think alligator is number 1, and I'll tell you why. Because yes, I've seen what alligators can do, but I've also seen the random jabroni walking through the neighborhood, trapping one in a garbage can, and these redneck jabronis jumping on them and taping their mouth. Like, so I feel like in the moment, like, you could figure this out, and that would be the one that I would want, is the one that the most unathletic people can take care of. So give me alligator number 1. I think number 2 would have to be the kangaroo, 100%, because I just find it hard to get beat up by a kangaroo. I just do.
I'm gonna set it up. I know people. We got a boxing match coming in. You better start. You better start working out.
And
if they jump and then kick you, yeah, I think we're
oh,
out.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. But like giving the scenario, Kangaroo is number 2, and I think I'm gonna go Panda 3, Tiger 4. Even though I do think the tiger is super scary at night,
But like you
but
said,
I
the
think
essence of this question is fighting in general, not about
right,
scenarios surrounding
yeah,
us.
correct. And then Gorilla, obviously number 5.
Obviously,
And
we went down a whole long road, but Berto, we normally only play one, but we figured, you know what, man, we needed to do 2. So you're
yep.
the only guest that's going to get 2. You and Mason, y'all are lucky, get to play 2, have a little fun with it. But it's fun to blind rank. You really, there are no wrong answers.
Nope, not at all. But
I'm gonna be honest with that one. I'm kind of cooked with all of them. So
me too. Like,
and the biggest problem is we can't outrun any of them. So like it just sucks.
It's not a good setup, that's for sure. Well, Berto, anything you want to plug or promote before you get out of here, man?
No, I just thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it, and thank y'all for the Jesus One T-shirts. It's great, just spreading the word. And
I thank you for being the you Bargo and Brandon Arbison sending the photo. First ones to get it to us, and that helped because what you got to understand is big picture, and I tagged you in it. Was when y'all did that, 64 Tennessee fans ended up ordering shirts using the IOTB code. That ultimately we get the 15% that went to the DeSoto County Dream Center. So kids who are, unfortunately, don't have, funding are able to help get school supplies going into next year. So it's a whole big picture thing, and people will keep doing them. And our next one, our next 2 will be because we wanted to take care of the LSU and Tennessee players with what they've done. We will look specifically no different than you are for somewhere in East Tennessee. So, just y'all wearing those shirts makes it to where we can then display them, and then fans want to get them because they want to not only support Jesus, but they want to support Tennessee baseball. So, it seems simple probably, but thank you for wearing them and getting us the photo.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Anything to spread the word, because at the end of the day, Jesus is
win or lose, man. Everybody can win if they just have that relationship.
That's right. All right. Well, for everybody out there, the Tennessee Vols are back in action tomorrow night, 5 p.m. They got Belmont coming in to Lindsey Nelson. Then you guys are finishing up conference play.
Man,
it's a big one.
Please go into Baum Walker and take care of business.
It's a big one. There, you guys are in a situation where you need to win. They're probably in a situation where they need to win. You guys are starting on Thursday. You got 8 p.m. on Thursday, ESPN2. You got 7:30 on Friday, SEC Plus Network, and then Saturday afternoon.
And then another thing, there are 7 teams in the SEC separated by only 3 teams when we talk about Hoover. Obviously, top 4 do not have to play till Thursday. So Tennessee sitting right now in the 5 spot would like to be in that top 4, and everybody would like to have a few extra days off. So big stakes in Arkansas would too. So I think there's extra implications on top of just hosting. I think this is the biggest series of the weekend.
Oh, no doubt. And Alberto, go kick some butt, man. Go take care of business. Make sure you guys are set up to go in the SEC tournament. Get your mojo back. Feel yourself. And
Daniel, if you walk into Fayetteville and win this weekend, as much as it hurt last weekend losing to Vandy, it'll all be forgotten, man. All that winning feeling cures everything.
Oh, yeah. This is what you sign up for. You sign up for series like this and series that we've had to play all year. So,
hey, I will say this: we just talked about the Jesus thing. All jokes aside, their fans can get nasty, man. Don't let them pull you to where evil's going against evil, man. Stay the course. Stay the good guy you are. Don't let them drag you in there, because I'm telling you, they're going to research your family and they're going to yell out obscene things, and you just keep on moving, man.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So go give them heck and have a good time, man. And at the end of it, we'll after the season, we'll probably bring you back on and we'll recap it. We'll talk about it because, you guys got it, man. You guys got what it takes. You know what you need to do. You just got to go execute, and we're looking forward to that. But Alberto, if there's anything we can do for you along the way, man, reach out to us.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. That's Alberto Osuna, everybody. If you like hearing his story or you just like hearing Average Joe's talk X's and O's, please like, share the podcast on Facebook. Head over to YouTube, click like, click subscribe, click notifications. That way you're first to know when new content is dropped. And we got another one coming at you here in a bit. So you're not going to want to miss that. We got Mason Neville, Oregon baseball. We got awesome uniforms. We got Golden Spikes Award. We got possible Omaha, possible national championship team. So we got to break that down and talk to him about that. But with that, we'll see y'all here in a bit. As always, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We're out.